Good morning, YouTube. This is the Fat Health Teacher. You haven't heard from me because I have been crazy busy. My new schedule is incredibly productive. I've been out, I've been very active. I've been getting stuff done before work, and then I head to work, and I'm voluntarily staying after work. I continue to be absolutely just over the moon with my new school. The more I interact with my coworkers, the more I realize just how amazing they are. One of the staff members that was at the school said that she's really impressed by both the depth and the breadth of the people who are on the staff. And I have to say, I feel absolutely honored being given the opportunity to be part of this group, because they are genuinely amazing. I had the opportunity to meet all of my mentees, which was fantastic. There are quite a few students who are pregnant at the school, which is not a surprise. I'm talking with them about birth control for those who are pregnant, and those who are not, we're talking about, how are you managing being a parent and going to school? So my students are looking at doing accelerated graduation, which is very exciting. I just want to make sure that I do right by them, since this is my first year as a mentor. I've talked with several staff members, and although I haven't yet presented it to our principal, we're talking about creating an online presence, and we've got several key reasons behind it. First is upping the stakes for what the students are creating, in that if they know that what they're seeing actually has the potential to be consumed by real people, they may put more attention into what they're putting together. Second, giving the students clear instruction and guidance on creating content for the internet and being responsible about creating that content. So being a responsible internet user, member of the interwebs, if you will. We have people who they've just got skills coming up the yin yang. There are so many people who are artistic on our staff. It's rather impressive. I'm probably artistic in not, a painting type of way. My strength comes in organizing and putting together numbers and seeing patterns and all of that, whereas other people are able to do that with clothes and, colorful things, and it's actually really cool. Found out that one of our teachers, he used to own her own sewing shop. She actually would make dresses, and we talked about the potential of possibly having a class where students could come in and they could sew up some outfits, and that's really exciting. We've only got 3 sewing machines, so I don't know exactly how that would work, and the students would definitely need to learn how to cut material, how to place the patterns on the fabric and all that kind of stuff. I was talking with my partner today about one of the things that I want to do is set up a 1-month kind of meetup type thing, where it's members of our school community get together and we go do something on a Saturday or a Sunday or something like that. And we could do the typical stuff, going to the zoo, or maybe there's a particular movie, which it would be harder to do because some of our kids have children who are pretty young. We could do the museums, but also we could do something like Ren Fair, or we could do something like horseback riding or things like that. But I have to figure out what my budget is. I asked my principal for money to spend at Hastings in order to expand our library, and she is totally on board, so I'm really excited about that. I've actually recruited a couple of staff members to get some ideas for what types of books, because while I feel like I can totally handle the fantasy and sci-fi aspect of things, I definitely want to have a library. Not that we're creating a library, we're just adding to it. But I would like to add things to the library that are going to be more than just the stuff that I would read, because obviously I'm not the only person reading. So right now, the biggest thing I'm looking at is finding my new groove, right? I kind of had a pattern set down in over the summer, where I'd get up and I'd have some coffee and maybe I'd have some breakfast. I'd do my video, I'd practice my Spanish language on Duolingo, and I'd kind of go about my day doing that. But this is a huge change, and so I'm trying to figure out, what is my new pattern going to be? I'm doing doctor's appointments as needed in the mornings before school, or other appointments and such. And then I have actually made it to the gym 2 or 3 times before school, mostly because I've had some other meetings. It's not so much that I'm sleeping in, and that's why I'm missing things, which I consider to be a good thing. and still working on content for my own YouTube channel. But part of our online presence for school is that we are going to be putting together a YouTube channel. And of course, this is pending principal approval, so keep in mind that she could say no, and if she says no, I'm sure it will be for very legitimate reasons. Creating that online presence does open us up to, it makes our school a little bit more vulnerable to things. So it's, I'm sure, going to be about how well we can control reaction to content and how well we can control content. Because the last thing we want to do is create a place where people can bully each other. That's not going to be acceptable. We have had, so we just completed our 4th all faculty, what is that? PD, right? Professional development. We've got 5 days of it next week. We have already I'm seeing a huge variety in our students, which I absolutely love, because if we're all little cookie cutters, it seems like it would be a little boring. I don't know if any of you have read To Kill a Mockingbird, or, wow, I am so far off track. I don't know how many of you have read Swiftly Tilting Planet. Swiftly Tilting Planet, the main characters travel to another planet, and on this planet everything is planned out and everything is decided. And if you are different, then you get sent and you are re-educated on that type of thing before you are re-released. And it's eerie how exact people are. So when they first come into the town, it's like this row of houses. All the houses look the same. All the people are mowing exactly the same. At one point, the kids come out and they're doing jump rope, and then I think at another time, or maybe a different kid, but at the same time they're bouncing basketball. Or just bouncing a ball. I don't think it specifies the type of ball. And they're doing it in unison, right? So each of them is bouncing and the ball is hitting the ground at the same time, and one of the kids messes up. And the mother gets kind of this panic look and goes out and gets the kid and brings him back into the house. And you later learn that that's because this kid is going to now be re-educated, and it's causing a fear thing. On the one hand, there's no choice. You don't have to worry about making decisions because everything's been decided for you. You know exactly what you need to do, when, and how. And the question is, is this the type of society that we want to live in, or do we want to actually give people free choice? When I was growing up, I grew up Mormon, and this was a big thing that we were told led to the fall, right? That and this is based on how I remember it being taught. But basically, God said, well, no unclean thing can enter into heaven, and I have all of these souls going down to earth, and I really want to make sure that they can come back. And so 2 people proposed ideas, and the first person said, well, how about, yeah, they'll make mistakes, and I'll pay for their mistakes, right? I will take that upon me. I will pay for their mistakes. And the second person says, how about we just take away the mistakes? We just won't give them choice. We'll say we'll send them down, and then everybody does their thing, and then when they die, they come back up, and they're totally clean because they haven't made any mistakes, because they didn't have the chance to make mistakes. And it's a whole philosophical thing. And in the story that I was told, God clearly goes with the first plan, and that plan was proposed by Jesus, whereas the second plan was proposed by Lucifer. And then there's a battle, and Lucifer ends up losing out, and then things move on. And so the whole, Christ coming down and getting crucified and having all those terrible things happen to him were part of the thing where he said that he would pay for the sins of the people who were coming down. I'm not going to elaborate on whether or not I think this is factual or things like that, but I think it's a very interesting idea. I clearly do not follow the Mormon Church anymore, so I'm not a spokesperson for them. And I am by no means an expert, because I have been out of the system for probably easily 15 years. I don't have anything against them. I think fantastic community. I've met some fantastic members at the school that I was previously at. I wouldn't be surprised if I've got a few at the new school, that kind of stuff. And yeah, diversity, a lot of fun. Okay, what else? Ooh, I've been doing a lot of Pokemon hunting, which has been really fun. I've been finding a lot of Pokemon. I'm going to see if I can show you my screen. It doesn't have the mat cover on it, so it's probably going to reflect poorly. But basically, if you're not familiar with the game, you walk around and you encounter beasties out in the world, and then you throw a ball at them, which either shrinks them or digitizes them or whatever, and capture them in the ball. And then once they're in the ball, you can decide whether or not you want to make them stronger, or if you want to evolve them, which is like turn them into the next iteration of what they are, or if you want to basically give them back in exchange for like this thing that will help you evolve the ones that you think are stronger. So depending on how you want to look at it, it's dogfighting. But anyway, so this is my screen, and as predicted, you can't see it very well because the shine. Let me try turning down the thing, see if that works. Okay, I think that's going to work a little better. Alright, so as you can see, I've got quite a few characters. I'm going to scroll up. Is that working? Why is that not working? Okay, there we go. So I'm scrolling up. I've got the Doe Duo, the Doe Trio. I've got a couple Eevees. I've got this guy, Electabuzz, which he's kind of cool. I still haven't recovered the Poliwhirl that the kid sold last week, which still makes me sad. I've got the Coughing. I've only caught one of them. I ran into somebody else who caught one and said that they caught him in a hospital, which they thought was funny because, here, let me show you this guy. So this is the Coughing, and he's basically black lung. That's kind of what it reminds everybody of. Let's see, who else do I have? We have this guy. This is Onyx. He's a pretty familiar character for a lot of people who play. Let's see. Yesterday I was able to upgrade to a Rapidash, which is a Ponyta upgraded, and this one's fairly strong, which is cool. And see if there are any others I would like to share with you. No, I think that's about it. The Venomoth I think it's pretty cute, right? So anyway, you go around, you battle at gyms, and when you're done at the gym, you can heal your characters up. If you're able to hold the gym, if you're able to take it, you can earn stuff like Stardust, which you use to level up your characters and that kind of thing. My favorite thing still about this game is just getting out and exploring and meeting new people, because there are a lot of people out there playing. In my neighborhood, not as much. I am in the International District, which, depending on how long you've been in this town, is also known as the War Zone, and I don't know that it's a fairly earned reputation, but I do know that we have the highest saturation of rehab centers. We've got quite a few homeless who are in our area. So we've got our own problems. We're trying to deal with them, and not necessarily in a way that is productive, but these things take time, and the first time you try to handle stuff, you don't always get it right. So it's something that people are still working on. I think that's about it for now. I am going to be working on figuring out my new system. Odin is still adjusting to my new hours. So I go into work, I have to be there at 11, and I'm not done with work until 7, so those are kind of long. His bedtime's at 9, sometimes I'm not getting home until 8, which means he gets like an hour. So I'm trying to give him more time before we go to school, some one-on-one where we'll go out. Last week on Wednesday we actually went and did some swimming, which I thought was a lot of fun, but it's an adjustment. It's an adjustment for everybody in the house. I actually had one of my roommates ask the other day if I was tired of them, because you had these really long hours all week, and then we took off to a friend's house for the weekend, and so I have seen him for like 5 minutes. And one of the things that's going away that kind of makes me sad, but it'll be good for my wallet, is that on Thursdays before payday, we used to go to Target. And we'd get off work at like 3 when I was at my middle school. We'd head over to Target, we'd do some shopping, we'd have a little bit of dinner or a snack or something like that at the Starbucks there, and then we'd come home, and it was awesome. And now I'm not going to be off work till 7, possibly later, and at that point it's going to be food and such. Now, regarding the pain stuff that I've been dealing with, I actually did talk to my doctor, and I got some pain meds, which are fantastic. The really nice thing that I've noticed so far, I actually went through the whole week and I was refusing to use them during the day because I was worried about how they were going to impact work. And this morning I did end up using my pain meds because the bed of the friend's house that we were at was awful. My back was screaming at me. I was having muscle spasms. It was terrible. So I got up, I took my meds, and you know what? I have felt good. Not over the moon. I haven't felt high or anything like that. My pain has been manageable. I've been able to walk around. My knee has been a little stiff. I don't know if it's an arthritis thing or if something else is going on with that. I'm honestly so done with testing that I kind of just want to see what happens when I lose some weight. But it'll be what it'll be. But I think if I need to, I'm comfortable medicating at school because it, again, it's not making me high. And this is a totally legal prescription, but it's one of those where it's like, this drug could cause drowsiness. Don't drive until you understand how this drug is impacting you. So I didn't feel like it was reasonable to take it during the week and then to risk the possibility that it was going to impact my driving or that it was going to impact my ability to connect with my coworkers and to be effective at school and to be efficient and all that other good stuff. All right, I don't have anything else to discuss at this time. I'm probably going to clean this video up a little bit, but probably not a whole lot. And I'm not sure the next time I'm going to talk to you, but I will definitely be keeping you in the loop. This is the Fat Health Teacher signing out, and I wish you all a fantastic week. Thank you.